So for every tool, as I said, I will provide a mind map, nothing but whatever the interview questions they are going to ask. So if you see in the Terraform, we will be having these many topics, and in every interview definitely they are going to ask. So out of Terraform, whenever they want to take an interview, definitely they will touch state file. So they will help, like they will ask what is the state file, what is the provisioner, what is the use of that, right? What is workspace, what is provider, what is modules, what is backend. Definitely these are the damn sure questions they are going to ask. And for everything, I just written simple short note answer. So if you learn Terraform from me, if you follow every class, once after completing every session, if you come back to this mind map, you will get some idea. Okay, I know about the state file, whatever we create in the Terraform, it will store the information about that, right? Store the information of created resources. So like this, for every tool I provide the mind map. Right now I will, today's just we are going to discuss what is this Ansible. So I will not teach blindly, right? I will revise as well. Like for suppose whatever in the day one we have discussed about what is Terraform, like that day wise I will mention and I will revise that one as well. In if you are on day 9, I will first revise remaining days. Then after we will go to uh, current day. Now today's session was to explain you about what is this DevOps. Then after I will show you, right? Give me a moment. Just a moment. I will back. So yeah, I'm back. So first you need to know what is DevOps, right? Whatever, wherever you go, first you need to know what is that. If you ask me simple answer, release a application faster to the market, right? As a DevOps engineer, our job was to release the application as fast as we can to the market. It might be, for example, Zomato, right? Uber. So whatever it may be, I'm just taking some examples. So that for suppose if Zomato has a newer version, it should release first to the market, so that they can able to earn money from that application. Yes or no? So for that purpose, we are
Yes,
going to
yes,
use
right.
different tools, because if we want to automate this, we need to implement automations, right? So then only it will be possible to release fast. If I want to do the work fast, I need to implement some automation. Like for suppose if I talk with real life example, right? There is a building, right? For building, steps are best or elevator is best. Obviously elevator is best, because we can easily go to any floor, right? Not easily, we can fastly, right? If you use steps, is energy will loss. It will take so much of time to, like for suppose if you want to go to 10th floor, whatever energy he has, by reaching the 10th floor, total energy will be spoiled. If he is using elevator, he just go and click 10, automatically elevator will take him to top floor. So in the same way, DevOps treat this elevator as a DevOps in software industry. How elevator helping building, in the same way DevOps engineering also helping companies. That's the reason there is a too much of demand of DevOps. So DevOps is an elevator for software industry. So now you got some. I'm not expecting total 100%, but you got some clarity, right? What is this DevOps? Why required in DevOps in software industry? So as a DevOps engineer, our job was to release the application faster to the market, right? How we will release that? What are the possibilities that we will discuss? You got some understanding, right? Why DevOps important? Okay. Now let's continue. I will open my slides. So first let's discuss about the software industry, software development life cycle. Okay, do you know what is software development life cycle? There will be some models they will follow. If you don't know, I will just go through it. If you know, you can ignore. Right, software development life cycle. So previously 20 years back they used to follow a waterfall model. Waterfall model nothing but whenever they get any project, what they used to do, so they first gather the requirement, then after they will analyze, depending upon that they will design, then after they start coding, they testing, development, deployment. So they used to write code at a time. They used to write, like for suppose if I want to design a website, right, and the website will be like same amazon.com, right? They what they will do, they will try to write total Amazon code at a time, and they used to take nearly 1 year to complete the total whole project. Just imagine I am the founder of Amazon website. I came to the company and told them that I want to design a website same like Amazon. Okay, they told okay, give us time 1 year and come back to us. So within after 2 months I got new idea. Okay, my website was already developing by some other software company. I got some idea, I want to implement this thing as well. So if that owner comes to this company, what they said, right, they said no, as we said there is a 1 year contract. After 1 year only you can able to add any changes. So in between you cannot add any changes because they are following some process, right? They already designed and they started coding. In between, if client comes and tell them to add a new changes, again they need to analyze that, design that. So this is the very like drawback in waterfall model. So client cannot able to involve. At the end I am the owner of that, right? For suppose if I explain the same waterfall model in real life example, okay, I have a land. So right, I want to construct a 4 floor apartment. What I will do, I will approach to builder. I will tell him that I have a land, I have a piece of land, I want to construct a building with 4 floor. So what if the constructor follows the old method which is waterfall, what he will tell, okay, come back to me after 1 year. Okay, he will not involve me to check my building. So as he has a contract of 1 year, his wish, whatever he want, he will build. And after one year, if I go and check that building, like for suppose if I didn't like the bedrooms might be small, right, hall might be big, like that, there will be some issues. So whatever I've invested total amount on that land, on that building, every total amount was wasted, right? In the same way it will apply for company, for like whoever comes to software industry for designing the application. Same was happening for the owner of the application as well. That's the reason after seeing this disadvantages in waterfall model, they implemented a new method called as agile software development. Now every company following this agile software. Okay, if you take the same example of amazon.com, previously, as I said, they used to develop total code at a time. Now, not like that. First, what they need to do? First, they need to build the home page, single page, simple page, right? After developing that simple page, they need to test and they need to show to the client. So, if I tell same thing in real life example, as I said, I want to construct a 4-floor apartment, right? Here, if we follow the agile process, what he will do? He will first construct the first floor and he will welcome me. He will call me. Please check the first floor. This is the hall. This is the bedroom. This is the bathroom. Is it okay for you? If it is not okay, just let me know. I will spoil it and I will remove it and I will change according to your requirement. Here, whoever the owner of that building or right, he will be happy, right? And that's the advantages of agile model. So whoever given the project, they will happy. In the same way, company who are designing this application, they will be also have some clarity what to do. That's the reason agile software development was become a huge success. Now still many companies are following this agile. So yeah, there are some companies who are still following the waterfall model, but majority 90% of the market required agile. And if you search DevOps engineer, in job description they will mention he need to have some understanding of agile methodology. So that's the reason I'm telling what is this agile. Agile is nothing but a principle, how to work, how to get the project and all. So this is the difference between waterfall model and agile. So in the waterfall model, they used to design all website at a time. Here no, every 2 weeks they used to develop little bit and they used to test, like for suppose add to cart, payment, right? In Amazon we will be having add to cart, right? First they will design add to cart, they will check add to cart is working or not, right? Then after they will add a payment, they will check payment is working or not. Like that they will slowly develop the total website. Here no, total website at a time they will write the code, at the end they will test. So after developing 6 months, if they test now total code for solving that issues only, they will take too much of time. Rather than why you need to develop all website at a time, try to develop one by one. So they are dividing the requirement into pieces and they are developing slowly. Like for suppose if you take the real life example, train. So you are traveling in the train, right? In the train, for train also you will be having different boxes. What they will do, they will develop the boxes separately, right? Then after they will attach that boxes to a engine. So if they start developing all boxes at a time and they will start attaching, it's not a good practice, right? First they need to develop a box with general and there is a box with AC, 3 AC, 2 AC. First they will develop that only that box. Then after once everything was done, they will test every box. After that they will attach to the engine and the train will start working. In the same way, companies also follow the agile model. Agile model nothing but whatever they are designing, they will divide into different parts and slowly they step by step, one by one. Like for suppose if there is 100 requirement, first they will work on one requirement, then after second, third, fourth. So they have 1 year of time, right? In under 1 year they will slowly develop. In the same way, client will also involve. Client is nothing but owner who is given this project. He is also check. If there is any changes, he will tell. That's the advantage of this agile. So in the agile also, inside the agile also there is some method which is Scrum. So how people need to work. Until now we have discussed how project should be taken. Now after getting the project, how companies need to work, right? The product owner nothing but who has given the requirement. So this is the total website requirement. Then what companies will do, company will have some planning, sprint planning meeting. They will discuss, okay, we got a amazon.com website, we have add to cart, payment, right, great indian festival, so many pages are we need to develop. So they will not develop all pages at a time. They will have a meeting and they will have a meeting with the team. They will tell, okay, we have this many requirements in the next 2 weeks, what in on what we need to work. So whatever they need to work, they will kept in sprint backlog. Nothing but next 2 week content only they have kept in this backlog. All requirement will be stored in product backlog. Next 2 weeks, what, like for suppose I want to design only add to cart in the next 2 weeks. So they will kept that add to cart related information only in the sprint backlog, and they will start working on that. So every 24 hours there is a feedback session from scrum master. Scrum master nothing but you can treat it as a lead of your team. He will ask, okay, yesterday what you have worked, so today what you are going to work. You just, it's an update, okay, right? Day by day what you are working, what you are planning to work. Then he will get some clarity, okay, how the work is going on, he will monitor. After finishing the work, again there is a review and retrospective meeting. Nothing but whatever work in the next, right, whatever work in the past 2 weeks, in the next 2 weeks what we need to work. If whatever we have decided, some part will be not finished, right? We have decided to work on two things. We may not, only one might complete, remaining one will be pending, right? That pending will be discussed in this retrospective meeting, and it will be carry forwarded to next 2 weeks. And they will take review. If there is any mistakes, next time they should not do that mistakes. Like that, there is a review and retrospective meeting will be happen. So this is just a normal process in every company. It they will follow. Even if you don't know, nothing will happen. But if you know this, even if you keep experience and if you go inside this, you already know these principles, right? You will not get fear. Okay, I already know this, so you will easily manage. So now, okay, we have discussed about Agile. What is this DevOps? Why this DevOps came into this? So whatever we have discussed Agile, right? How people used to work, everything was okay. So, but whatever they are doing, everything is manual. Principle was changed, methodology was changed, working process still remains same, right? Like for suppose if I want to install a software in 100 servers, they used to log in into every server and they used to install. It's not a good, right? We have a 4 floor apartment, everything was perfect, design was, implementation was super, but there is no elevator for that apartment. What is the use of that? In the same way, whatever they are working, the process, everything was super, but they are doing everything is manual. If they want to install any software, they are not doing any automations. Like for suppose if you use a tool called as Ansible, right? If you want to install software on 100 servers, you will simply write some Ansible playbook and you will execute that within 2 to 3 minutes. On all 100 servers, Java will be installed. But if you are doing manual thing, you need to log in on into every server and to install. It will take nearly 3 to 4 days of time for you. It's a waste, right? As a DevOps engineer, I told you, right, we need to do it fastly and it should be released to the market. So if we release fast to the market, obviously DevOps engineer will get a huge packages, because we are the people who are responsible person and we are giving you a business for the company. Obviously they will pay a huge amount, right? Now let us discuss about what is this DevOps. Now you got clarity about waterfall model, right? What is our disadvantages and what is an agile, right? You got some basic understanding why people are using agile, why they are not using waterfall. Yes, just confirm me, then we can continue.
Yeah, fine, sir.
Super. Now let's discuss what is this DevOps. So which application do you use for booking bus ticket? Like we are going to travel in bus, right? So there are many applications are available in the market. So for which application you are going to use for traveling, and which application you use for booking a movie tickets? So many people choose Redbus and Book My Show. Obviously. Why only Redbus and Book My Show? Do you know? Because they were released first to the market. Nothing but Book My Show is the only website which came first to the market of online booking movie tickets. That's the reason Book My Show is still ruling in the market. Whoever comes first in the market, they are the leader because they are already have a customers from past, right? So now you got some clarity, right? Why we need to release first to the market, why the application need to develop fastly and it should be released to the market, because they need to get the customers. If it is not released to the market first, when they will gain a customers, when they will earn money? First they need to survive in the market. If they want to survive in the market, first they need to release the right. So the application, the people responsible for delivering application quickly to the market, should they rewarded well or not? So I am the responsible person who released this application first to the market. So I am the person who kept a hard work. So obviously I need to get a rewarded, right? So simple JD, job description of DevOps engineer is, we need to deliver the application as fast as we can to the market using a pipeline. So for that we need to create a pipeline. So this is the DevOps pipeline. What is this pipeline? We will discuss. So for that we are going to use different types of tools to create this pipeline. So how to create this pipeline we will learn, but the job description was to write DevOps engineer is to create pipeline to deliver for application to the faster to the market. So already I have written, right? What is DevOps? Release application faster to the market. That's it. For that we will implement some pipelines. That pipeline we are going to now, I will talk about that pipeline. So just imagine I told you, right, example of train, right? In the train also you will be having different boxes. In the same way, in the DevOps pipeline also you will be having different boxes. Version control system is one type of box. Build and package is one type of box, right? Testing, performance testing, pre-production, production, this is also one type of box. So if you don't understand this, just ignore. You will be get understanding in upcoming sessions, right? I told you, right, this is the developer, he have written the code, right? You will kept that code in version control system. Then after package, that code will be developed and it will be converted into a setup file, and that setup file will be copied into different servers, environments, you can call it as an environment. So if you implement automation for all total boxes, then it is called as a continuous deployment. So if you don't understand, ignore. As I said, we are going to discuss about briefly about this continuous deployment during Jenkins sessions. So if the everything is automated, then it is called as continuous deployment. Like for suppose if you take a building, if you have a automation on every floor from 10th floor to 15th floor, then the total thing will call it as a continuous deployment, because from ground floor you can directly reach to 15th floor. Another one was continuous delivery. So continuous delivery is nothing but it is ready to release to the market. right? This is the customers using this WhatsApp application. Okay, WhatsApp has a new feature. So for every message you can react, right? You can give react with smileys. Previously there is no option to react for messages. Now we have a reaction feature. So for suppose the WhatsApp has implemented that reaction, right, like love symbol, that feature, but it is not released to the Play Store. It is ready to release, nothing but it is within the company. First the company people will check the reactions and all. If it is working perfectly, then only they will release to the Play Store. So if it is ready to release, then it is called as continuous delivery. It is not automated, it is not directly released. So they just developed within the company, then it is called as continuous delivery. So this we will implement using a tool called as Jenkins. Don't worry, we are going to learn this. Just imagine this is a train of different compartments, different boxes. So we are preparing these boxes when we are just attaching these boxes. In order to attach these boxes, we will be following different process. So after whole train was become ready, then only we can able to travel, right? In the same way, after you will get clarity step by step. In the first class we are not experts, right? In the first class we will get everything. We as a human being, we will get understanding slowly. Continuous deployment, nothing but if you automate all boxes, it is continuous deployment. What is continuous delivery? It is ready to release to the market. It is not released, but it's ready. New feature was ready, but it's not released. After approval from Mark Zuckerberg, they will released, because there is a manual approval, because Mark Zuckerberg should know the reaction. If he likes, then only they will release. Now there will be some changes which they don't need any approvals, right? There is a bug fixes, so for that they don't need to approach to Mark Zuckerberg. Then that part they will do automation. If there is an important feature, they will not directly release to the market. They will, in between there is some approvals. That's the reason it is called as continuous delivery. If everything is automated, it is a continuous deployment. If it is within the company, then it is continuous delivery. That's it. If they ask in the interview, they will then simply tell, if we automate the development process, if we automate the software development process completely, then we will call it as a continuous deployment. And if the automation was done within the company and it is really ready to release to the market, then it is called it as continuous delivery. Our new version was ready, but it will be released to the market after approvals. That's the continuous delivery. It is not automated. Only until here it is automated. Another one was within these two boxes, continuous integration. So what is this continuous integration? So what developer will do? Developer will write the code and they will push the code to version control system. What is this version control system? Just imagine, like I have a Google Drive. Every day whenever I discuss a class, what I will do, I will record this and I will upload it in the Google Drive, right? I will update that in the Google Drive. In the same way, developer, what they will do, they will whatever write the code, they will keep that code in some location. How I am keeping in Google Drive, in the same way they will keep that code in version control system. So as a DevOps engineer, what we will do, we will take that code, we will convert that code into a setup file. So like same like VLC player, Chrome setup, right? We will be having Chrome setup to install any software. We will be having setup files, right? We will convert that into setup file. So how we will do that? That's secondary. We are going to learn that. So if the code is not working fine, we will give the feedback to the developer if there is any issues in the code. That's the call it as continuous integration. So I will show you briefly. Developer will write the code, he will store that code in some source code repository, right? Just imagine Google Drive. What we will do, we will test that code. If the test is not working, we will give the feedback to the developer will check and he will push again the code. Again we will test. If it is okay, it will go to next box. If it is not okay, we will again send the feedback to the developer. This process will be goes on continuous. That's the reason it is called as continuous integration. So what is the continuous integration? Whenever developer commits a code, we will check the code and we will give feedback to the developer if there is any issues or bugs. That is called as continuous integration. So now we will discuss about what is this boxes separately. So version control system, whatever we are discussing, right? Thus nothing but a tool called as Git. So as a DevOps engineer, you need to learn Git, because majority of companies are storing that their whatever they written the code, they will kept inside Git. So I told you, right, we will create a setup file. How you will do that setup file? For that also you are going to use a tool called as Maven. So developer will commit the code. So what I said, we will take that code and we will create a package. How you will do that? Using a tool called as Maven. It's a simple thing. It's not a rocket science. We are going to learn this step by step. I'm just showing you the tools. What is the tool? We will learn. We will be having nearly 2 months of time, right? In the 2 months of time, we will learn step by step. So if it is Java, if he is developed in Java, we are going to use a Maven tool. If it is .NET, we are going to use MS Build tool to create a setup file. Right? Now, as I said, once the setup file is ready, what we will do, we will copy that setup file to different servers, right? Because at the end we need to test that into different servers. So in order to copy it into different servers, we need to have that servers. Yes or no? So do you already have servers where I can deploy the application? Application nothing but setup file, like chrome.setup file. I want to run that setup file, right? For that I need a server. Server is nothing but a simple operating system. Like for suppose I am explaining you in the Windows system, right? I am opening a slide and I am explaining you. For that I need a system, right? In the same way, for that system we'll call it as server. In real time they will call it as server. That's it. It's type of one operating system, right? If the server is not present, if it is a new project, right? If for new project we will be not having a new server. If you want to create a server, you can use a tool called as Terraform. Using Terraform you can create this new server. If the server is already there, what you need to do? If the server is already present, I told you, right, using Java the project was built, so we need to have a Java installed on that particular server. Yes or no? So for that we can use a tool called as Ansible to install that particular required softwares. That is called as configuration. So our server was ready, right? Our operating system was ready. I need to install necessary softwares, right? My project was built in Java. I need to have a Java. So for that I need to install Java in that particular server. So I told you, right, if you want to install any software, if there are hundreds of servers, by manually entering into each server and entering, it will take 3 to 4 days of time. But if you use a tool called as Ansible, it will take 2 to 3 minutes. For that you need to have knowledge on Ansible. So anyway, we are going to learn about this briefly. What is the job of Ansible? To do some configuration management. Nothing but whatever required softwares you want inside that server, Ansible will do that, right? Developer will keep that code in source code repository, which is Git. Using a tool called as Maven, we will generate a package. If it is .NET, we will use MS Build, right? If the server is not present, using Terraform we will create that servers, right? After server, if the server is ready, using Ansible will install the necessary softwares, Ansible or Chef. Now nowadays there is a huge demand for Docker and Kubernetes, right? What is this Docker and Kubernetes? I will explain you during Docker and Kubernetes session. So what are the setup file I have created, right? That setup file will be converted into a Docker image. Using that Docker image, we will deploy into the Kubernetes cluster. So if you compare with real life example, so in the olden days we used to watch movies, right? How we used to watch movies? Using a DVD player. So for that we need to have a CD, right? So we will insert that CD into a DVD player. Then only we can able to watch that movie. So inside that CD, what we will be having? Our favorite movies. In the same way, whatever developer written the code, what we will do? We will convert that into a CD with necessary softwares, necessary application requirement. Right? First, what we will do in the olden days, we used to burn that into a CD, my favorite movies. Then after I will insert that into a DVD player, I will watch that my favorite movies. In the same way, in the software industry also, what they used to do, whatever the application is developed, they will convert that into a Docker image, nothing but a CD, and they will insert into a Kubernetes. Kubernetes is treat this as a DVD player, and they will deploy it into the Kubernetes cluster. So this is it is little bit confusing. Don't worry, but if you want to get a job in DevOps engineer, as a DevOps engineer, you need to know these tools. If you know perfectly these tools, so this implementation of pipeline will be done using tool called as Jenkins, right? You need to know that. So everything with this will be implemented in a cloud called as AWS cloud, right? You no need to worry about this. That part were also covered, right? Whatever the boxes we are going to create, everything will be, we will use a cloud, that is AWS cloud or Azure cloud. Nothing, no, doesn't matter. If you know AWS, working in Azure is a cakewalk for you. Right now I am working in Azure cloud. I don't know Azure, frankly, but I already know the Google, like AWS, so I can able to work in Azure as well. How you are telling? So if I tell you the with real life example, I know how to book a biryani using Zomato, right? Can I able to book using Swiggy? Both are same, right? Here also same. If you know AWS cloud, Azure is also same. Only company is changing. Only the UI part will be changed. Options remain same. Working remains same. Names will be changed. That's it. Booking Zomato, sir. Booking biryani, Zomato, same. In the Swiggy also, there is some different options. That's it. We need to know. That's it. Once you know how to book, you can book from everywhere. So these are the tools you need to learn. Mandatory tools to get job in DevOps. So now what I will do, so I will just go to naukri.com, right? I will search for DevOps engineer. Experience, I will keep 5 years. I will just search. Okay, I will just open top 5. Okay, let's check what they are expecting. So I will just search Control F Agile. So they didn't mention Agile. Jenkins, right? Jenkins is there or not? Git is there or not? Terraform is there or not? Ansible, right? Kubernetes, and they will obviously they will mention some cloud. If you know AWS, you are eligible for this one as well. They are using Google Cloud, right? depending upon the comfortability, I will use that application. If I like Zomato, I will install Zomato. I will never use Swiggy, right? In the same way, companies is also, they have some favorites. Some companies will use Google Cloud. Some companies will use AWS Cloud. Depending upon their favorites, depending upon their company needs, they will use that particular cloud, right? If you know AWS Cloud, you can easily work on Google Cloud. They will ask you questions on AWS Cloud itself. But if you join the company, they will tell you to work on Google Cloud. So you will easily work. It's an very easy. If you know one cloud, working on another cloud will be cakewalk. Now HCL, right? HCL was working for 15 to 20 days, and doesn't mention that thing. So JD was not clear, right? CI/CD pipeline, version control, right? Agile methodology. Good experience working on Agile methodology. You know, right? What is this Agile? Docker, Kubernetes, right? Whatever I show you in the slide, if you know all the tools, you are eligible for every interview. If you perform well on that particular tools, they will definitely hire. They will mention many things. Ignore that. They will mention multiple things. But you need to know whatever I teach. If you are perfect on that, you are going to crack any interview. So no one will perfect. They are, whoever taking the interview, they also know in the DevOps there are multiple tools. No one are perfect on every tool. They are just expecting a candidate who at least manage. So here also they didn't mention. Sometimes your profile will not match to the particular JD. Then you should not apply that. So if you see, he is also expecting Azure platform. If you know AWS cloud, you can easily work on Azure cloud as well. So CI/CD pipeline, right? CI/CD pipeline, Terraform. So that's all. Now if you see Cognizant, Genpact, IBM, so they are also not mentioned. They just simply DevOps professional. So you can directly apply and attend interviews. So if you see containerization, Docker, CI/CD, EKS, EAKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service, Docker, Jenkins, Git, right? MS Build, Ant Gradle, nothing but it's a tool for building, and they are using a cloud called as Azure. Jenkins, right? Agile methodology, good understanding of Agile delivery. Scrum, I told you, right? Scrum teams. So whatever I teach, if you know that idea, you will not get fear once you enter the company. Okay, I know what is a Scrum. Nothing but a team. It's a process. That's it. So infrastructure specialist, nothing but you can treat it as a Terraform. So I will stop the recording.